To participate in this virtual forum, I would like to cover some ground rules. Number one, audience, please keep your devices muted to avoid background noises. Candidates, we will not tolerate disrespectful comments toward another candidate. We are solely interested in the best responses to each question. You will be muted if you violate these rules. You will have 2.5 minutes to answer each question. Once your time limit has been met, you will be muted and we will address the next candidate. We will allow each candidate 3-minute introduction followed by a series of questions to be answered in 2.5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first candidate will introduce herself, Sabria Hill.
Hi, I wanted to first thank the Henry County Democratic Women for hosting this forum. I wanted to say thank you. And also, good morning, Vanessa Thomas. I haven't had the chance to meet you yet, but it's a pleasure to meet you via Zoom. My name is Sabria Hill, and I am running for your 2020 Democratic candidate for Superior Court Clerk. I come from a background with a rich legacy of public service. I myself am a public servant, lieutenant at the Clayton County Police Department, and I have been for the past 21 years. I seek this position in Henry County because I noticed that there is a need for change in leadership, and I recognize that we need people in position of leadership who are representatives of the demographics of Henry County. And while that is growing in a lot of the seats, it still remains some seats that need to be filled. I'm a God-fearing woman. I am a religious woman, a Christian woman, and I am married to my husband, Ricardo Hill. I have 2 children biologically with 3 bonus kids, and I just live a simple life. I am just interested in what the needs are of the community and how I can fulfill a role and involvement in that position. And I just am just someone who just honestly and just genuinely loves people. And this is part of the reason why I am running for Henry County Superior Court Clerk.
Thank you, Vanessa Hill. Vanessa Thomas.
Good afternoon. And it was nice. It's a pleasure meeting you as well, Sabria. And thank you, Henry County Democratic Women, for this forum. My background is that I'm a retired U.S. federal employee with over 26 years of public service. I have worked in offices such as the U.S. Department of Transportation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Trustees Office, as well as the U.S. Department of Army, in the courts and boards, and the Staff Judge Advocate's Office. I've also held the positions at Clayton County Solicitor General's Office. I have a background as a paralegal, preparing legal documents as well as filing them. I also have a background as an administrative supervisor, where I oversaw the payroll, the accounting department, payroll department, staffing, travel, purchase cards. I also was a former director of a legal ministry, of which I formulated a legal ministry, formulating information and seminars in the areas of criminal justice, patent, trademarks, and copyrights, civil law matters. I'm a mediator, and I have mediated cases in EEO complaints. I seek this office, and as my background, I not only have the administrative experience for this position, but I also have the legal experience as well. And I seek this office because my intentions are to be a voice to the people, for the people. And I feel that people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and especially where in the areas of where legal matters are concerned. And I certainly want to be able to assist the citizens of Henry County with knowing what their rights are by providing them with seminars in criminal justice, in patents, trademarks, and copyrights, and civil matters, and things of that nature. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies. Now we will begin our first series of questions. And the first question will go to Ms. Sabria Hill. And your question is, many people may not know what the Clerk of Superior Court does. Can you explain what are the functions of the Superior Court Clerk?
Absolutely, and that's a
Oh boy, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. My apologies. Okay, the Clerk of Superior Court provides administrative support to the criminal and civil justice system. The clerk's office is responsible for entering and recording all of the orders, decrees, and judgments, and all other proceedings of the civil court, of the Superior Court, as well as all other matters which by law are required to be recorded. The clerk is responsible for managing the office that maintains, files, stores, and retrieves and distributes those court records. The clerk oversees the jury system and is responsible for the issuance of subpoenas, summonses, and trial notices.
Thank you very much. Ms. Vanessa Thompson, many people may not know what the Clerk of Superior Court does. Can you explain what the function of a Superior Court clerk are?
The functions of the Clerk of Superior Court is to maintain and provide, to file and record the legal documents of the Clerk of Superior Court in Henry County. The Clerk of Superior Court files documents such as pleadings, whether it be criminal or civil law matters. It files litigation as well as discovery. It files the deeds, such as quitclaim deeds, security deeds, warranty deeds. It files name changes. In addition, it also schedules the court calendar for the Superior Court. Those are some of the duties that the Clerk of Superior Court can, or they do provide. But there are certainly other areas that the Clerk of Court can also do as well. And that is to provide information to the citizens of Henry County. Although we cannot provide legal advice, we can certainly give advice. We can certainly give information and also provide seminars and things of that nature. But as far as recording of the documents, that's the primary duties of the Clerk of Superior Court. The Clerk of Superior Court handles filing of civil matters as well as criminal justice matters. They file deeds. They also file liens. They are the record holder of the liens that come into the office, whether it's liens on property, real estate, and things of that nature. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next question will be directed to Sabria Hill. What qualifications do you believe are required for this position? And are there any certifications that are required?
The qualifications that I feel are required or that are required in their certifications are the minimum managerial experience. Definitely need supervision experience, but managerial experience as well. The ability to be able to work with staff and to do it in a leadership role. Also, you need administrative experience. There is a certification that is required for the position of Clerk of Superior Court Clerk, and that certification has to be obtained before the clerk goes into or holds that office. It is a 40-hour certification course according to OCGA, which is the official code of Georgia annotated 15-6-50. It requires a 40 minimum hours of training held by the Continuing Judicial Education of Georgia, and this program is offered at the Athens office. And then it must be entered into the minutes of Superior Court as well as filed in the probate court. And then the Clerk of Superior Court also is required to maintain 15 hours of training per year to hold that certification. So just to recap on what I said, supervisory, but most importantly, managerial experience is needed. Administrative experience, the ability to work well and to lead, and the ability to acquire that certification, which is a requirement of that position held according to Georgia law. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Vanessa Thomas, what qualifications do you believe are required for this position? And are there any certifications required?
In accordance with the OCGA, the only requirement to actually run and to apply for the candidacy is a high school diploma. And the other certifications you hold are those that you have after you are elected into office. Although, and certainly you need to have administrative experience. You need to be able to manage the employees there. You need to be able to conduct the affairs of the office. You need to know what the overall office entails, such as the staffing, the payroll, the personnel, the time, the attendance, everything that goes into running an office. You should have that background. But initially, in order to actually run, you only need to have a high school diploma. However, in order to really run that office and to operate that office, good skills would be having a legal background as well as having an administrative background and a supervisory background. It is not enough just to hold, let's say, a high school diploma, because you need other experiences as well in order to fully run and operate that office. But according to OCGA, you would only need to have a high school diploma in order to actually run for the office. And then you would need those other certifications after you have been elected into office. Thank you.
Next question for Sabria Hill. What experience and education do you have that has prepared you for the position of Superior Court Clerk?
Okay, I just wanted to point out that the training for Superior Court Clerk, it used to be after you held office, but that changed, I believe, in the year 2000. I would have to look at the code to update that. So it has to be taken now prior to taking office. The experience and education that I have that prepares me for this position is that I have 8 years of supervisory and management position with the Clayton County Police Department. I'm a lieutenant in internal affairs, which many of those responsibilities overlap and mirror the Superior Court Clerk. This unit oversees detectives that investigate and are responsible for taking complaints, officer-involved shootings. We compile, we file, we store, and we retrieve, we prepare and review, manage, and process case files for criminal and civil cases. We also do that for open records requests, for employee file reviews, and police officer disclosures. In addition, I coordinate conduct review boards and post-incident review boards. My education also has prepared me for this position as well. I hold a bachelor's degree in public management and policy, and this is with a concentration in management and in governance. So while the requirement of the Superior Court Clerk only requires you to have a high school diploma, I do have continuing education, specifically in management and governance, that prepares me for this job. So in accumulation of what I've just spoken about, my education and my work experience both prepare me for this position. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa Thomas, what experience and education do you have that has prepared you for the position of Superior Court Clerk?
The experience that I have is over 26 years of public service within the U.S. federal government, as well as a few years in county positions with the Solicitor General's office in Clayton County. I have worked in the U.S. Department of Justice. I've worked in the U.S. Department of Trustees office. I've worked in the Staff Judge Advocate office as well as in the courts and boards, Clayton County Solicitor General's office. As a paralegal, I prepared the legal documents as well as filed those documents that the Clerk of Superior Court is responsible for. I've also performed legal research, and I was a former executive legal administrator where I did the calendaring and the scheduling for the pretrial diversion program. As a former administrative supervisor, I was responsible for overseeing the staffing personnel, the budget and payroll department, travel, purchase cards and acquisition, property management, and labor relations. As a former volunteer director of Legal Resource Ministry, I was responsible for providing information and seminars in the various areas of law, such as criminal justice, wills, business corporations, patents, trademarks, and copyrights, and civil matters. As a management and program analyst, I have prepared manpower standard staffing studies, wrote executive summaries, and interpreted laws and rules and regulations. I'm a registered mediator. I hold a bachelor's degree in office administration from the University of Louisville. I also am a graduate from the National Center for Paralegal Training and their certification program. I also am a graduate of Clayton State University in paralegal studies in their certificate program. I hold certificates of completion in human resources as well as in leadership management. I have the background and the experience to be able to perform the duties, not only as administrative experience, but also legal. Having legal experience is very vital and important in this position because you will be recording those legal documents from the court. Thank you.
Our next question goes to Sabria Hill. What changes will you make to improve efficiency in the clerk's office, as well as to improve the workplace environment?
My platform, and one of the things that I plan to do when I hold office, is to improve the jury selection process. And that is to partner with the Superior Court and judges and attorneys that are responsible for weeding out or working to get determine if the jurors are suitable for standing as jurors. So that is one thing. I also plan to recruit, employ, and detain employees that represent the demographics of this county. I plan to become diverse with technology that will improve efficiency and provide some ease for the employees. But ideally, I want to identify the weaknesses and find solutions. And what better way to do that than to hear from the employees themselves, the employees that work in that office. I would like to know what they contribute and what areas do they feel we need improvement. And then also to discuss and improve with the improvements with the Superior Court, the judges, the district attorneys, to learn how they think that we can improve. And I would also like to develop training opportunities that are available for all employees, not just some employees. So that way we will be able to continue to grow and be efficient and improve the workplace environment. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa Thomas, what changes will you make to improve the efficiency in the clerk's office, as well as to improve the workplace environment?
What I would first of all initially do is talk to the employees collectively, introduce myself, and find out what their desires are as far as making change into the office. I would also meet with each individual separately, employee separately, to get to know them personally, as well as to know what their desires are in the office with the positions that they work in. Generally and mainly, while I'm getting a feel for the employees and for the atmosphere and for the office, that there would also be things that I certainly want to uphold in my platform with the citizens of Henry County. I see a need for there being a user-friendly website. Not able to fully understand or find the information that is needed, I will certainly bring to the table and come in with that office as being prepared to make changes such as that with the website. I would also plan to coordinate some seminars in different various areas of matters where, and this will be directed for the citizens of Henry County. They are the ones that will be voting me into office, and I certainly want to be able to be a voice to the people for the people. The employees, I will certainly, see what changes need to be made and what their desires are as far as the positions that they hold. But ultimately, my duty would be to the citizens of Henry County to be able to move the county forward in a way where the citizens can be able to get information where they can readily understand and to be able to apply it in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Sabria Hill, most people find it stressful to deal with the court system. How will you interact with individuals that are stressed when they interact with your office?
I definitely am able to understand that going to court, whether it be on involving a civil or criminal matter, it can be stressful for people. I know that I have attended court many times as a state witness testifying over the 20+ years that I've been a police officer. And it's not, it's stressful. It's stressful. And so I understand that. I thank God that, one, he has given me the ability to be able to have compassion for people and for the issues that they go through. And I think that God has just given me the ability to calm some of the most stressful or stressed out people in stressed out positions. And so I had that experience. I think also this is where my experience as a successful police officer comes in. And adding, I have additional training with people, diversity training, fostering positive community relationships, crisis intervention team training, which deals with specifically the mentally ill and et cetera. I would make sure that I not only, because it does no good if I'm the only one who is able to deal with people that are in a stressful situation, but that also the people who work in the office of the Superior Court Clerk also attend training, and so that they can also be able to do the same. That is what I would push. I would utilize my experience, my knowledge, my ability, and my training in dealing with people, and I would encourage the employees in that office to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa Thomas. Most people find it stressful to deal with the court system. How will you interact with individuals that are stressed when they interact with your office?
Good question. One thing I've noticed that people seem to be nervous or for lack of information when they approach some form of a legal environment. And rightfully so, because oftentimes people just don't know. They don't know what to do. They don't know what their rights are. They don't know anything such as this. But what I plan to do in order to relieve the stress or alleviate the stress is to have a preventive measure for the citizens of Henry County and for those that come to our office by being able to set up seminars for the citizens of Henry County to be able to know what their rights are, to be able to know what they can and cannot do. I plan to set up seminars in criminal justice, in civil matters, landlord-tenant matters, in business corporations and intellectual property, so that people will not be so stressed out when they come to our office. I also plan to set up an information center, an online information center, where you will have that information right there at the website, so that when you do come into our office to do your filings or to do whatever you plan to do there, that you would have some insight, some wisdom and some knowledge on what to do and how to go about doing it. As a result, I certainly want to be able to minimize the aggravation and the frustration that our citizens of Henry County have been experiencing for lack of knowledge in the legal field, and especially where legal matters are concerned. By providing those seminars and providing that information avenue for them, that they will be more at ease when they do come into our office and could be well prepared or more prepared to be able to explain what it is they want to do and what it is that they need. Thank you.
Sabria Hill. Why should the citizens of Henry County vote for you?
First, I'm not going to say that the citizens of Henry County should vote for me. I am asking, I am soliciting, and I am humbly asking for your vote on the principles that I stand, the values that I stand for, which is service, commitment, and leadership. I ask that you vote for me because of the experience that I have that has prepared me for this position. the education that I have that specifically has prepared me for this position, and the proven leadership skills that I have, that I possess. I was persistent in 2016 when I said at 49.20% of the vote in the general election that I would be back in 2020 for the people, and that I would do exactly what I said I would do then. Nothing has changed, only my determination and my drive to make those things happen. I would ask that you consider the fact that I have been a resident of Henry County for 9 years, and that I did work in Henry County for 5 of those years. I solicit your prayers through this running process. I hope that you make a determination based on what God leads you to do and what you have researched for yourself, so that you can make the best decision for Henry County. It's with your support and your vote that I will put my principles and my values to work through effective administration to bring commitment and service to the citizens of Henry County. Thank you so very much for having me on this forum today. And I just bless you all and wish the best for you all.
Vanessa Thomas, why should the citizens of Henry County vote for you?
I feel that the citizens of Henry County should vote for me because I have been prepared for a time such as this. I have more than 26 years of experience in legal as well as administrative experience. I have prepared myself in the previous past years of being a paralegal and knowing the legal operations of the office, knowing the administrative positions of the office. I feel that the citizens of Henry County should vote for me because I plan to move this county forward. I want to be a voice to the people and for the people. Not only can I perform the positions of this office, but I can do more than that by creating an online information center, by providing seminars in landlord-tenant matters, criminal justice, civil matters, business corporations, intellectual property, by creating a user-friendly website for quick retrieval of information, and for improving the jury duty process. As a former director of a legal ministry, I not only have the experience in formulating information in seminars, but I also have the experience in collaborating with attorneys and judges. And through my collaboration with the attorneys, I can formulate these seminars where the people of Henry County can be able to have their questions answered and be able to obtain that information. Additionally, to substantiate my position, I'm also in the process of I'm working on providing a legal seminar in knowing your rights. I feel that the people should know what their rights are. And in these coming weeks, I do plan to hold a seminar entitled Knowing Your Rights, so that you will know how to respond when you are stopped by law enforcement. Please vote. I ask that you vote for Vanessa W. Thomas, and that you visit my website at votevanessawthomas.com, as well as on my Facebook page, Vanessa W. Thomas. I appreciate your vote, and I thank you for voting for me on June 9th.
On behalf of the Henry County Democratic Women, thank you very much, our candidates. And I would also like to thank our listening audience. I would like to invite each of you to come back at 3 o'clock as we will have our coroner's forum. Again, thank you very much for participating and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.